And that really stuck with me, because when you think about it, that is the job of a leader. And the job of the leader is to optimize the resources, whatever those resources are, be they people, be they money, whatever it might be. But optimize those resources, and also to grow that potential within the team. And that's the job of the leader and the manager. And that was probably the first time that I ever really understood exactly what the job of being a manager and being a leader was. So when I'm working with organizations, and when I'm going in and having that kind of initial conversation with the CEO or the leader of the team, the conversation that I have is always around, let's sit down and before we get into any other conversation, let's have a conversation about what percentage of your team's potential are you currently realizing? What percentage of your team's potential are you currently realizing? But if you look at that, and just to translate that into some numbers, if you're taking that a senior management team, you know, say it's got 10 people, and I'm taking easy figures because I'm not great at mathematics. But if we take 10 people at a cost of 200,000 each, for senior executives, that's not a high figure, right? So that's 2 million. So if you then take 22%, in my mathematics, that's $440,000. And I've been doing this for a long time. People always say, well, we need to be really clear about the actions we're going to take and the tasks we're undertaking and the projects we're undertaking. And my attitude is always, that's fine. But actually, that's the easy bit. That's the easy bit because we can identify those pretty straightforward. The hard bit is getting the behavior right of how we work together. And when you sit down with any team, and I mean any team, no matter how small or how big, and you talk about what are the things that are getting in the way of them being a high performance team, I guarantee you there are things that the way they work or don't work together, they're the things that get in the way. In many teams, what you have is kind of the unspoken agreement where I won't hold you accountable and you won't hold me accountable, right? Now, we've never spoken about it. We've never had that conversation, but it's kind of grown over a period of time that that's how we behave. And if I say I'm going to have something by next Tuesday and Tuesday comes and goes, no one kind of says, hey Murph, you said you're going to have it by Tuesday. Well, I thought I was going to be a bit busy. Well, you're meant to be busy, but you said you were going to have it on Tuesday. Why? The teams that don't have that level of accountability or the ability to have that conversation, drift happens. And when drift starts to happen, performance drifts with it. For this team, what are the top 3 priorities? Now, these are a high-performing, successful team and successful organization. What are the top 3 priorities for this team at this moment in time? That took 4 hours to have that conversation. How could it take 4 hours?
One key takeaway from John's presentation would be about understanding the team. What's the priorities as far as trust and respect? Does everybody want to win? For me, that spoke volumes because I feel like maybe we're all on different paths. So, trying to get all in tune would make us more successful.
I think he's a motivating speaker. I was captivated by his style, with the way he walked the room and captured everybody's attention. And I learned a lot from the seminar.
He did a great job as far as describing priorities, putting things in order, what to look for in your team members, and then bringing that together corporately as a team and showing you how you can break that down. It's very simplified, very easy, very direct. There's accountability to it, talking and holding people accountable, which we don't like to do, but it's very informative and very simplistic. So I think that's a big takeaway, that you can just keep it simple, but be direct and make it work.
Today's presentation was very informative, especially from a nonprofit perspective, because we focus every week on 3 priorities. We are always trying to say that we're focused on our mission, but we never talk about what our perspective is on that mission or what we feel our priorities are. We only speak from an overall perspective. So to go down to the individual level, I think is something that we haven't really considered before. And bringing that back to my teammates and my CEO, I think would be very beneficial for us moving